Good morning, good evening, or good night, depending on whatever time it is while you're trying to watch this video. Thank you for taking the time to come through and see what I have to say. And I'm going to be short and to the point, but as I've been browsing around YouTube and whatnot, I haven't seen a bunch of videos on the dangers of prenatal ultrasounds and dopplers. So I figured I would do a quick video. I'll take a second also and put an article or some links on the side so you can further do some research. But this is something that I think is pretty important, and like I said, there's not a lot of videos on the internet, or at least on YouTube, that I've seen about them, and I don't really think there's a lot of people talking about this type of stuff. First off, as far as ultrasounds are concerned, it's something that, unless it's something that really needs to be done, I would highly advise against trying to get an ultrasound just to confirm the sex of your baby. I mean, I know it sounds good and it feels good to know, and everybody's excited and everything, but you might actually be doing more harm to your baby than you think. There are studies that are coming out now that's kind of confirming that ultrasounds are dangerous, and a lot of people who have had miscarriages and whatnot. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to, make the claim or whatever, but let's just say that the ultrasound it really looks to be the leading culprit of those miscarriages. There is a study, or at least should I say, the American Medical Association recommends against unnecessary exposure to ultrasounds and dopplers. Now, let me clarify what unnecessary exposure is going to be. They talk about if you want to confirm the sex of your baby, if you want to figure out the gestational age of your baby, figure out how many weeks your baby is at that moment, if you want to access the fetal size or, determine a growth. If you want to confirm multiple births, if you're trying to, see if you have twins or whatever, and if you're also trying to determine any fetal, the presentation, whether or not it's going to be upside down or whatever, all these things can be, well, I won't say they can be determined, but if you're having a breech baby, the babies can be turned. I mean, that's not a problem. That can be natural. That can be done naturally. Just a little massaging or whatever. If you get a good doula or a good midwife, I mean, they can do the stuff without a problem. The reason I talk about this is, all right, my wife and I, we lost our kid, and at 1 second, the baby had a strong heartbeat, prior to the ultrasound. After the ultrasound, we went in again, and it didn't make it. When the hospital did a test to determine, I guess when the heartbeat was over with, or when the heart stopped beating, time overlapped right with the time that we got the ultrasound for. So, in one breath, it's like, man, we get an ultrasound, the baby's heart is beating just fine, and all of a sudden the baby just dies. So, we were pounding our head trying to figure out what the hell was going on, and then more and more and more, you start reading more and more, people's own experiences, where you see that the ultrasound looks to be the culprit. There was another article my wife was reading. This woman was pregnant with twins, right? And she went in, I believe it was either the Doppler or the ultrasound, but I believe it was the ultrasound, but it could have been a Doppler. So, but anyway, she said she felt a shocking sensation on her stomach, right? And when she spoke with, I guess I'll just say the ultrasound technician, I'm not sure if it was the doctor or the technician or who it was, but anyway, they told her that at that moment that she felt that shock, that one of the twins, one of the babies, had just died. The heart just stopped beating, just like that. Something's wrong with that, man. And like I said, I mean, I know everybody, I mean, who doesn't want to have that joy of knowing, okay, I have a daughter or I have a son and all that good stuff. I mean, hey, you should be excited. It's a beautiful thing, but you're probably putting yourself at more risk than you have to be, and it's unnecessary. They say that some of the effects of having a prenatal ultrasound include, your baby possibly having decreased birth weight, an increased frequency of left-handedness, and maybe delayed speech. Now, I mean, you know, you might read this and say, oh, well, that's not too bad. That's not no problems. But what are the other side effects that result from that, aside from, like I said, the death? I mean, you know, it's pretty substantial. I mean, you got to think ultrasound. It's, you know, it's pretty much saying it's ultrasonic sound waves going into your body. And I'm not sure if you've heard this before, but a lot of times when women, you know, they get an ultrasound or having a doppler, you know, I know our midwife, when my wife was having it done, she was like, oh, the baby's running away. They hate this. They always try to run and hide. Well, you got to think about it, man. If the baby is trying to run away from the ultrasound or trying to run away from the Doppler, there's obviously something that's going on that's harmful, or you know, something that's discomfortable for the baby that's going on. So, like I said, I'll put some articles and stuff on the side for you guys. Do your research. Do your research. Do your research. Do your research. There's a lot of stuff. You know, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm the dude that's all about natural, organic, and all that other type of stuff. Big business is not out for your benefit. That's all I can say. So, ultrasounds are easy money makers. You know, you're in and out. You know, what, 5-10 minutes they'll do the ultrasound and charge you God knows how much, depending on where you are and whether or not you're getting a 2D, 3D, or 4D image scan. Like I said, it's just some food for thought. You know, maybe if I was in a suit and tie and, you know, talking, you look at me and think, oh, you're more qualified to say this, and I believe you, versus, you know, me being in a wife beater right now. But like I said, especially when you have something that affects you personally, you have a deeper passion for it because you don't want to have it happen to you again, and you don't want anybody you care about, or even people you don't care about, you don't want them to have to experience that as well. So with that being said, that's my time. Y'all be good, and check out the links on the side, and do your research. Do your research. Do your research. Be blessed.